Good morning, dear students. Today we'll learn how to find the antiderivative, or how to do the integration of functions where trigonometric functions are involved. So for that, we need to recall what we have learned in earlier classes, some trigonometric identities. Dear students, as I am reminding you, some of the trigonometric identities means all the identities we'll be using here now. Just you see one by one. So first of all, you recall there was an identity like this, that 2 times sine theta into cos theta is equal to sine twice theta. Means sine twice sine theta into cos theta is sine twice theta. So when an expression will be given in terms of sine and cos, then you can immediately turn it into sine only. No? Then it will be easy for you to do the integration, because you know the integration of sine theta is minus cos theta, like that. So you need to convert into standard form, so by using the identities. Another identity that you got, just you recall, cos square theta, no? 2 times cos square theta minus 1 is equal to what? It was cos twice theta. So whenever one problem will be given in cos square, in terms of cos square, you can convert it into cos twice theta. Suppose simply cos square is given. How will you change it into cos theta? You can do like this. So 2 cos square theta is equal to 1 plus cos twice theta, and from here only cos square theta is equal to 1 plus cos twice theta by 2. So you see, so identities will help us to change from one form to another form. Okay, dear students. Another identity, let me remind you. Just recall, there was an identity like this. Suppose you have sine theta and cos, say something else, say sine A cos B, suppose sine A cos B. Recall, one identity was just like this, sine A cos B, means both the angles are different. If both the angles are same, that is sine twice theta. If both the angles are different, then you recall, if we put a 2 here, 2 times sine A cos B is equal to what it will be? That is sine of A plus B, then plus sine of A minus B. A minus B. So this identity gives us this result, 2 times sine A cos B. So whenever a problem will be given in terms of sine and cos, but angles are different, then we can transform it into this form. So suppose we are given only sine A cos B form, then we can take this 2 to the right hand side, 1 by 2 into bracket sine A plus B plus sine A minus B. A minus B. Now dear students, suppose you are given one problem of this kind, say sine 3x cos, say 5x. So it resembling this one, then we can immediately transform into this form, writing here half into sine A plus B, means in our mind it will be A. We'll consider this part as A. Okay, this is A and this is B. So if we think that way, A plus B, that means 3x plus 5x, 8x. Then plus, then it will be again sine A minus B, that is sine A minus B, means 3x minus 5x, that is minus 2x. So that way you can transform. Or again, after that, half into sine A takes, then sine minus theta is equal to minus sine theta. So it will be minus sine twice x. So this way you can transform if we know the identities. No? Again, another identity you have learned, that cos identity. No? Say it is cos A cos B. Cos A cos B. So if it is also it is like this, suppose cos A sin B. Cos A and sin B into sin B. If this is what is given, here we found sin A cos B can be transformed this way. And cos A sin B, how it can be transformed? By using the same identity, means sin A plus B minus sin A minus B. Recall, sin A plus B minus sin A minus B gives us what? So if it is a 2 is here, suppose So it will be like this, sine A plus B, because here you will get sine A cos B. That should be should be cancelled. So from that, if we subtract sine A minus B, thus you will say here sine A cos B, you will get here also negative term, that will get cancelled. So only remain cos A cos B and cos A sin B and cos A sin B from here. So it will be 2 times cos A sin B. So you can expand and you can check this one, you will get. So from here, cos of A then sine of B is equal to, this 2 goes there, half into sine A plus B minus sine A minus B. Like this you can transform. So whenever a problem will be given, always you need to observe, dear students, you need to observe, see what are the expressions. If sine and cos, then this will do. If cos and sine, cos A and sine B, okay, then this will do. Cos A sine B, then this will do. Means here will be a minus sign. Got the idea? So to have cos A sine B, you can use this one. So dear students, like that, one more you see, fifth one. Recall cos A cos B. Suppose an expression is given just like cos A cos B. Cos A cos B. If it is cos A cos B, say 2 times cos A cos B is there. Then what you can do here, cos A cos B you will get from cos A plus B and cos A minus B. And you want cos A cos B to be present and the rest this one, let's get cancelled. So it will be what, like this, cos A plus B plus cos A minus B. Why? Because while you expand this cos A plus B, you will get cos A cos B, then plus here also cos A cos B, then twice cos A cos B, and one will be here minus sin A sin B, and here will be plus sin A sin B. That will get cancelled. So from here, suppose you want only cos A cos B, cos A cos B, then this 2 should be taken here. So it will be taken as a half of cos A plus B plus cos A minus B. Dear students, this is an identity where both the factors are cos A cos B. In that case, you have to use this identity. If both the factors are sine, suppose here you see, here one was sine, one cos, here one cos, one sine, next here cos, next here it comes, suppose sine, only sine. So that also can be derived, sine using this one only. Sixth one, suppose you have got 2 times sine A sine B, 2 times sine A sine B, then you can do like this. Just you think about here, if it is cos A minus B, from here what we get, cos A cos B plus sine A sin B, and here cos A cos B minus sin A sin B, and we want to keep the sin A sin B, then you have to reverse this order. From cos A minus B, you have to subtract this cos A plus B, then sin A sin B will remain. So it will be cos of A minus B minus cos of A plus B. Okay, you just check and see, and then cos A cos B, then plus sin A sin B, minus again cos A cos B, then here will be a minus sin A sin B. So then sin A sin B will remain, because this is minus sign, that will make it a positive. So you can expand and check, this is going to give you this one. So from here, suppose you want to separate the two, then only sin A sin B. So sin A sin B is there, sin A sin B is equal to, for sin A sin B you need to write half times cos A minus B minus cos A plus B. Okay, dear students, A plus B, this is the one. So now, dear students, if you are having suppose one expression like this, it is given in sin A sin B, you can transform this, like say sin 3x cos sin 5x, then immediately you will transform it into half times cos A minus B, means 3x minus 5x minus 2x, then minus cos. So that means you have to recall that if both are sine, then it will turn into cos. If both are cos, it will turn into cos. But the difference is, in between cos cos, here is plus, and in between cos and cos, here is minus. Here in first part a plus b, here in first part a minus b, here in second part a minus b, here plus b. So that difference you have to remember, no? So and then it will be cos of a plus b means 8x. Okay, dear students. So you are getting this way. Then it will be half times cos minus theta is what? Cos theta. Then minus cos 8x. Okay, dear students. So we got that these are some identities that we can use here in transforming. Again, that we got identities like you recall another identity that we learned in class 11 this trigonometry, that we have learned like this. It was sine thrice theta or thrice x, which can be written as 3 sin x, 3 times of sin x minus 4 sin cube x. So as you recall, this was the expression 4 sin cube x. So when your question will come in this form, suppose you are given a question, find the integration of sin cube x. Okay, find this integration. Then first you convert this sin cube x into this, means you transform it from here. Suppose you take this one to this side, left hand side, 4 sin cube x, then it will be 4 sin cube x here, and this will go that side. So it will be 3 sin x minus sin 3x, then divided by this 4 will go down there, so it will be 4. Yeah. Okay, dear students. So then this is another expression, that is sin cube x. If it is the problem in sin cube x, then directly you can transform it into this form. But this is not only the way, there are so many other ways to know the integration. Okay, but these are some standard form we should keep in mind. And cos cube x also is, just recall, cos cube x was what? When it is given in cos cube form, suppose it is given like this, cos 3x, we know that cos 3x is equal to cos of 3x. We can write this way, cos of 3x equal to 4 cos cube x, you recall, 4 cos cube x minus 3 cos x. So when the expression is in this form, then you can write 4 cos cube x, you can write like this, cos cube x equal to, if we take this one to this side, and it will be cos x, 3 cos x plus cos 3x divided by 4. So this will be for cos cube x. So when a problem will be given in cos cube form, then we can write this way. Okay, distance. Got the idea? So it is not only the one way, there are so many other ways. For example, suppose a problem is given like this, sin cube x, and you have to find its integration. You can proceed this way also. First you express this like this, integration of sin cube x is write as sin square x into sin x, then dx. Then this sin square x you write as, in terms of cos square you write 1 minus cos square x, then sin x. And now suppose for this cos x, you take a new variable u, then you can proceed like this, integration of 1 minus, suppose this is u square, then sin x dx to express, you can proceed like this. See, you have taken u for cos x, then du by dx will be what? Minus sin x. That means minus du is equal to sin x dx. We can write that way. So now for this sin x dx, what you can substitute? Minus du. No? So for this it will be minus du. That minus I will put here. So minus du is coming that way. So now you see the whole problem looks like this. Sin square is 1 minus cos square, and cos is u. That is 1 minus u square, and sin x dx will be du, because du stand for sin x dx, minus du stand for. So then we can separately write it like this, integration of minus sign here, minus du minus plus integration of u square du. So its integration will give us minus u plus a constant say c1 plus its integration will be u cube by 3 plus another constant say c2. So the constant will be altogether c, a new constant, and u stand for cos x. So we write here minus cos x plus cos cube x by 3 plus a constant c. So this way also you can solve the problem. Okay, dear students. So we can solve the problem this way also. So this is one way. So after this introduction, I am taking exercise 7.3. Now I want to give you some idea how to solve the problems from this exercise using these trigonometric identities. Question number 1, you look at sine square twice x plus 5. Let us solve this question now. Sine square twice x plus 5. If we take this twice x plus 5 as suppose t, a new variable, say I am supposing t for, let t be standing for twice x plus 5, then dt by dx, we are taking the derivative with respect to x, that will be 2 only. No? So then from here what we can say, that half dt by 2, this 2 will come here, is equal to dx. Now just look at this. Now our problem was integration of sine square twice x plus 5 dx. So that we can write it as now sine square t dx. Now this sine square we can write as 1 minus cos square, 1 minus cos square t. dx we can write as dt by 2, dt by 2. So then half, then integration of 1 minus cos square, recall cos square x, just now I was showing you that you see 2 cos square x or cos square theta is equal to 2 cos square theta is equal to 1 plus cos twice theta. That means only cos square theta will be equal to 1 plus cos twice theta, 1 plus cos twice theta by 2. So then can treat that way here also. 1 plus cos twice theta by 2 we can write here. 1 plus cos twice theta, twice t suppose, not theta, twice t by 2. Okay, dear students, into dt. Okay. So now this whole expression, this is rough form. Okay. So now this whole expression will look like this, half into integration of this half, let us write outside this bracket, half into integration of this 1, that is 1 dt or just dt, take this dt inside this, minus again here half into integration of inside this one more bracket, let us use that half into dt, then plus, or this half we have taken outside. Let me rewrite this line 1 second. So half, okay, integration of dt into 1 inside bracket dt minus, then 1 plus cos twice t by t 2 into dt, 1 plus cos twice t by 2 into dt. Okay, now you have to open this bracket again, open this part, half into integration of dt minus integration of half dt, this one, minus plus minus integration of half cos twice t dt. Okay, now this is the whole thing. Now dear students, let us take the integration. Now as you know, integration of dt is t, so it will be half into bracket t minus, it's also half into t, then minus, here will be a c1, here will be a c2, here will be a c3, altogether you can write as a c constant, half. This part you see separately, I am showing you this part, integration of cos twice t dt, that part you see. Whenever it is like this, integration of cos twice t, integration of sin twice t, or integration of sin twice x, cos twice x, like that comes, just you have to write this think this way. Just you see, integration of cos twice t I have got dt. If I consider twice t as u, suppose this twice t as u, so suppose twice t is represented by u, then du on dt will be equal to 2 times 2 only. So du will be equal to du by 2 will be equal to, no, du by 2 equal to dt. So that means dt to replace, we have to write du by 2. Then this whole problem will look like this now. Integration of cos twice t is given, so it will be cos u now, because okay, let us write twice t, later on we will write dt. This is the original problem. So now it will integration of cos, what shall we write instead of twice t? What shall we write? The new variable u, and dt will replace by what? Du by 2. Du by 2. Then at the end, what we are getting? 1/2 as a coefficient. Half as a coefficient. Integration of cos u du. So dear students, you see what actually happens when you change the variable into a new variable, then the coefficient of the variable will appear as a reciprocal what called coefficient for the whole integral. You see 2, its reciprocal is what? 1 by 2. Then if it is 3, it will come here 1 by 3. Remember this. Means suppose I have got integration of cos ax dx, then immediately I can write with a new variable like this, 1 by a integration of cos say t dt, like this I can write. Whenever you have got a variable that it is a sometimes of a constant number, then that real constant can be taken as a reciprocal constant for the whole integral, and then variable for this a new variable can be written for the whole variable portion. Okay, and this directly can be changed into a new this what called the coefficient of integration. Now if you have understood that explanation, then what can we write here? This half is already there, and from this also 1 by 2 will get, because this is the coefficient of this variable t, so 1 by 2. Then cos, this one you can write as a new variable, say integration of cos u du we can write, okay, directly. So then this for u, cos u du, you can take the integration. So our new thing will be like this, in t minus half t, then minus 1 by 4 cos u, its integration will give us sin u plus, that is c, sin u plus c. So then t minus half t is t by 2, half t, that means half into, that is, this is positive, this is negative, so that will be half t minus 1 by 4 sin u plus c. Now we need to replace these variables, so last step will be ours like this. So at the end it will be like this, half into half of t stand for twice x plus 5, minus 1 by 4 sine of u stand for what? Twice t plus c. Again the t you have to replace, half into this, half if we multiply over this, it will be this one, x plus 5 by 2 minus 1 by 4 into sine 2 into t stand for twice x plus 5 plus c. This is our answer. Okay, dear students, or you can multiply this half over this, then it will be x by 2 plus 5 by 4 minus 1 by 8 sine 2 into 2 4x plus 10 plus c. This will be the answer. Okay, dear students, this will be the answer. Here we can do one thing, just you see, this will be the answer, but one more thing is just see, this is a constant or not, this 5 by 4, this is a constant, so we can merge this constant with this constant. If we say this constant is about c1, then this constant you can say as just c without writing this one. If we don't write this one, it will be just merged here. That means our final answer can be like this: x by 2 minus 1 by 8 sine 4x plus 10, and this constant together, means this constant and this constant together, it will be a new constant, say c. So this will be our final answer. Okay, dear students, this is also correct, but since this is a constant, we have to merge the constant with the previous constant. So this is our answer. Then in our previous steps also, you write this constant as c1. Here also c1 you write c1, and that last one will be c. Okay.